My name's Tasha. I'm 28 years old. I'm a mother of 2 children, a daughter named Riley and a son named Gunnar. Riley is 6 years old and my stepdaughter. I've been in her life since she was a year old. My son is my miracle baby and is the age of 2. I've been with my husband for 5 years and married for 3. Many of you don't know me, as I just started coming here about 2 months ago. You're probably thinking, wow, only 2 months and she's now being baptized. The answer is yes. Yes, I am here, and this is why. I'm no stranger to the Lord. I grew up in a home where we served the Lord. My mom was even our Sunday school teacher. We went every Wednesday night and every Sunday. We did not get a choice. If we wanted to go, our parents had all 7 of us there. I was that kid who tried to stay close with the Lord, even carried a Bible to school. Now you're probably wondering, if she was so close to God, why now is she being baptized? So let me tell you. When I left home, I ended up in a different environment with different people who did not believe as highly in the Lord as I did. They made me start to question my own faith, just as many of us have. But because I questioned so many things, I grew apart from Him. I turned my life to drugs, alcohol, and not caring about anything in the world but myself. Doing these things ended up putting me into a severe depression. I was in a very unhealthy relationship with someone that I cared about, but knew it was not right. My depression ended up getting so bad, and I did not get help for it, and I tried taking my own life 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I failed at my own suicide attempt of taking my own life, a precious life that God gave to me. I remember after this happening, and after getting out of the mental institute, I went to Kristen's apartment, sitting on her floor, crying with her as she talked to me about God and begging me to go back to church with her, and I refused and told her that I just did not believe like I used to anymore, and that there was too much bad in my life to even start going back to church. I remember her telling me that we all have bad in our life, and that is what He is there for, to help us get through it, and I pushed her to the side with it. Most people would have thought that this would have been my eye-opener, but it wasn't. My eye-opener to God did not come until a few years later. I got with my husband and removed myself from all those people I surrounded myself with that was not good in my life. At this point in my life, I was ready to settle down and get married and have kids. I was told at 16 years of age that I would never have children. I went through some past trauma, and I suffered with pox and endometriosis. I decided to get second opinions because there was nothing more I wanted in life than to be a mom and have a child call me mom. I was willing to do whatever it took to have this in life. I saw 2 different doctors, the one who gave me a time frame and advised that if I was not pregnant by that day, we would try other options. It was this time in my life that I started praying again, and I begged God to allow me to have this one thing in life. I remember during this time we struggled so bad to become pregnant, and I cried for months every time I took a test due to my menstrual being late. I suffer from Graves' disease, which affects every hormone in the body, so it was throwing things off. I then started to get mad at God and asking Him why. What have I done so badly in my life that I just couldn't have this one thing? I had 1 week to my next OB appointment, and during this week we was moving from our 2-bedroom apartment to a full 3-house bedroom. I had my endo appointment for my Graves, and he asked my last menstrual. I was over 60 days without a cycle, but could not bring myself to test. He decided it was best to do blood work. I remember being so upset when I left there because I did not want to know the outcome. They called me 2 hours later to let me know I was in fact pregnant, and I was almost 2 months along at this point. I remember hitting my knees in my bedroom crying, thanking the Lord. He brought us into a bigger house, and then I found out I was expecting. I continued my prayers daily to carry a healthy child due to my health issues. We almost lost our son after finding out we were having him. I was put on bed rest for a little while. We made it to the end and gave birth to our son Gunnar. In the process, I almost lost my own life during birth to him. Our doctor recommended that we do not try for another child, so we decided it was best to get my tubes tied. That is when everything went downhill. It caused me so many issues, so much pain, it was affecting my daily life. I ended up having to have a full hysterectomy at the age of 27. You can't imagine this pain mentally, unless you've been in this situation. I knew it was dangerous to have another child, but at least I knew mentally and physically I could still have it till this surgery. I felt like half of me was missing, and sometimes I still do. I know I'll never get to carry a child again and only get this choice in life once. My first surgery I had was an emergency surgery last May, removing my tubes and left ovary. Second was in October, removing my uterus and my cervix. My last one was just in March, removing my last ovary and my appendix, officially putting me into menopause. After these surgeries, it put me into a dark place, and I prayed to God and asked Him to give me the strength to overcome this. God was talking to me and pulling at me and telling me to get into church. I would dream of walking through the doors of the church behind my house, and I kept pushing it off till the day my stepdaughter's mom dropped her off one day. She was all dressed up, and I asked her where she was going, all dolled up, and she advised she was going home from church. I asked her what church she stated, and she said New Hope, and said that I should come to the Easter gathering. I stated I wasn't sure about that. I'm nervous about walking into any church. I know how people can be. She explained that this church is not like that, and to think about it. I prayed on it and showed up that Sunday and been going ever since. The difference in my mind and body is truly amazing. I don't feel so much hate and anger and hurt no more. I feel peace and love knowing that God's will for me. I know He's here to guide me through the obstacles I'm facing right now with my health. I feel rejoiced and so much happier in my life, and I want to thank her for inviting me to this church. Today, I take this next step to walk even closer with my Lord and Savior, and I could not be more thankful. I'm leading my son and daughter down the same path along with her mom right beside her doing the same thing.
That's good stuff. That's what happens when God gets involved with our life.
God is so good. He is so good. He is so good.
You ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and get your knees. Okay, Tasha, you have accepted Jesus into your heart as your Lord and your Savior. Okay. Natasha, I baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.